raced at the Daytona road course. Beautiful, nice little setup, I would say. They didn't have a single caution for a 2-car wreck in the whole race.
Wow.
Would you believe that? Would you have made that bet before the thing? So
Yes.
Kyle Busch was the only one that wrecked the whole race.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Harvick spun out and ended up in the middle of a turn, and they all went around him. And he had, in road course races, unless there's debris on the actual track, they don't call caution. So he could sit there backwards. And they just drove around him. If that was on a super speedway, they would throw the caution in a heartbeat as soon as you turn around backwards. But so it was an interesting race. It was just kind of weird. With none of that. None of the. I expected way more bumping and grinding. Chase Elliott, as soon as he gets pulled out, they can't catch him. Dude knows exactly what he's doing driving.
Yeah.
It is pretty amazing on that.
He's got. I mean, his dad's Bill Elliott. So I mean.
All right, see if y'all can check out what you're looking at.
I do
here.
like that.
Do you know what I'm looking at?
That's
Hunter?
Jimmie's car, but that's got the old STP paint scheme.
And what else?
Earnhardt.
Yep. This is his ride for Darlington. They do throwback weekend in Darlington. This 500. He is doing a 7-time champion mixed car with Earnhardt's side panels, the black side panels, the black bumper, the black side, and Richard Petty's blue, and that's actually an orange. Did you know that's orange? It's like it's Petty orange is what it's called. Petty blue and Petty orange, basically. And nice, sweet car. The only problem I have, can y'all know by looking at the car? It does. My hint is it doesn't incorporate Jimmie enough.
Oh, should have put the lows on the back. Maybe
No,
you couldn't put the. You couldn't
The
put the
fact
lows.
that the number's not yellow.
There you go. Nailed it.
Yeah, I can see that.
His numbers, for the most part, were always
on the Lowe's
yellow.
car.
On all, he had a few years of white when they went black and white, but for the most part, that yellow 48 is what you're looking for. If they would throw a yellow 48 on that, I think it would be sweet. Well, what's sweet about it, Hunter? Look, the numbers are the Petty style numbers and the Earnhardt shots. So they got two different types of numbers on the top and the bottom. So that with the fonts is what I was getting at. I saw this Zach online and I thought it was Bubba Wallace's car at first because I saw
A lot of people's going to think it's Bubba's.
I saw the stripes in the 40 and I'm like, I said, is Petty adding another car? And then I started looking at it and then I read the tweet. It was from Jimmie talking about 7 times. And I'm like, oh, I got you now. It's a Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt crisscross of cars, which I think that's a pretty sweet, nice little job. He was interviewed on Dale Earnhardt Jr. podcast the other day. He's not going to return this year. He's going to drive some Indy next year and a couple of other things. I'm just I don't like. I hate it. Like we're sitting here, Zach, with one of the, they didn't have a chance to tell Earnhardt goodbye. Richard Petty went goodbye before the internet was around. So now you've got a 7-time champion, and the tracks are doing their best to honor him. But think about the fans. Think about all the fans that he has. My daughter loves racing, and she loves Jimmie Johnson. She loves him so much she'll pull against me on the video game at home. So whoever I pick, she's pulling for Jimmie, and my son likes him, and they. Granted, they've got to go to some races over the past few years to see him race, but still, I was going to splurge for the pit pass this year and take them down in there and let them get to see the cars. Hopefully, maybe even get a picture of Jimmie or somebody. They're really open to that when you get the pit pass and stuff. So, kind of hoping for that, and I think that's just sad that, like Dale said, without the fans and everything, it's just sad that he's not getting a great, farewell, in a sense that he could, and I just going from city to city. There's just so many different things and opportunities I guess they could have done and they didn't get to. But he'll get to do some of it next year. So, all right, Hunter, did I miss anything?
I don't believe so. Just unfortunate that NBA got to be stupid.
One more NASCAR thing. Besides the fact we got to go down the hall and spank kids the rest of the day.
Did you see Car of the Future?
No, I did not. Did they release it?
They've supposedly been, somebody saw it like driving around at Darlington
Yeah.
or Daytona, like testing it out. So they brought it back out for work on it.
Have you seen the Goodyear controversy?
Yeah.
You have not? So I'm wondering where this is going with NASCAR. They've kind of backtracked today. Yesterday, there was a slide on one of their training programs that came through, Hunter. It said no tolerance policy on anyone wearing MAGA, Blue Lives, White Lives, or All Lives Matter stuff. But they encourage you to wear Black Lives Matter, and there was another one that you could say LGBT stuff. So Goodyear came out. This was on a training session slide. So they're saying what you can't do, for one thing, and what you can
conservative side stuff.
So basically, and this is to the employees, what's acceptable and not acceptable. So today's been a big day for Goodyear. They've had some heat from NASCAR fans for a while. You know that when these tires blow out at Indy and other places, fans and the drivers hate it. So the president got into it today.
Yes, he did.
Said don't buy Goodyear tires. Blah 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 blah. You know, but I'm interested to see where this goes as far as any connections with NASCAR. I wasn't trying to get into it with political
trouble with tires with them.
Mm-hmm.
So is this next year that they've been talking of going to the single hubcap wheel anyway? Is this a chance or reason to change to Firestone? And that's the big question.
Mm-hmm.
Goodyear opened up their plant this year. Zach, if it'll surprise you, in China. So that's where we are. We started talking like, this stuff, sports aren't supposed to be political, and it very well turns into it very quickly. NBA's went that way. The ratings are down across the board on the folks that are going political. I thought, with the whole national anthem thing, I think they can get away with more, all the kneeling and all of what they're doing now without fans in the building, because you ain't gonna have somebody booing. Maybe they don't get the same reaction from the fans. A lot of weird stuff with this, and I just can't wait and can't wait for us to get back to, the virus exacerbated all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with us not having games, and it's just, I think a lot of people are stressed, in sports, out of sports, teachers, kids, students, for the unknown. People don't like the unknown, don't like not being able to plan. So anyway, just hoping and praying for a soon to be better time, Zach, and across the board for sports and everybody else. I guess we'll finish up with that. I don't think I have anybody really else or anything else, Hunter.
No, I don't have anything
Saturday, folks, real quick, Braves baseball on KTC as always. Racing on KTC as always. And then Saturday, we'll have Saturday Sports Talk with Mitchum's Kitchen Breakfast, brought to you by Friendship, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Nissan. So, Zach, let's go spank some kids.
Yep.
And it's about
I'll let y'all do
nap
that.
time. We'll see you guys next week on KTC Shock Jock Sports podcast.